Did you know that there is a legal time limit for debt collectors to sue you? But most people accidentally restart the clock without even knowing it. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what the statute of limitations is, how it changes state by state depending on the debt, and one mistake that could bring an old debt back from the dead. I'm going to pour my coffee here because we're having a conversation, right? You're sitting across from me at my desk here. And look at this. You know, one of the things that I've learned in life is that if you get things the way that you envision them in your mind, that it just makes your day move forward a lot better. It's like it puts you into the right mindset. I was looking for something like this for my coffee so I don't have to go to the office kitchen to keep getting it, and it keeps it warm, but it looks the way that I wanted. I wanted something that just looks like this. Some people think it's just big and clunky, but that's just the way that I like it. So now, if you've ever been called about an old debt or you received a lawsuit and you're wondering whether a collector is allowed to sue you, this video could save you thousands of dollars, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the statute of limitations into plain English so you can understand and protect yourself. The statute of limitations is the legal time limit a creditor or a debt buyer has to sue you for a debt. I'm going to repeat that because some people think that this only applies to debt collectors who buy your debt. The statute of limitations is the legal time limit a creditor or a debt buyer has to sue you for a debt. It also states how long they could legally come after you for the debt. Now, they could still try to come after you. Let me turn my phone down. They could still call you unless you tell them to cease, but they cannot take any legal action, which really makes the debt to where they can't really do anything about it. But once that time period expires, the debt doesn't disappear, but they lose the legal right to take you to court. They have no legal options to be able to take you to court to collect on that debt. They can still try to hound you, still try to call you, unless you tell them not to. Now, the clock usually starts to tick from the date of the last activity, last payment, the last charge, last acknowledgement of the debt, not from the charge-off date. This is why you need to know these dates, because it's crucial, not from the charge-off date. It comes from the last payment, last activity. Here's where most people get confused. There's no national statute of limitations for debt. Let me clearly explain this to you. Each state sets their own limits. The ranges typically range from 3 years, 4 years, 6 years, and there's some states that have a 10-year statute of limitation, and I believe one state has a 15-year statute of limitation. So it gets very complicated. Also, some states allow credit cards to have a shorter statute of limitations, medical debt even a shorter statute of limitations. Personal loans are considered written or oral contracts, and those are usually a longer statute of limitations, and auto loans usually have a longer statute of limitations because they're written contracts, and also promissory notes. That means two people with the same debt in different states or even different debt types can have a totally different legal outcome due to the statute of limitations. So now, here's a mistake that restarts the clock and destroys your statute of limitations defense: making a payment. Even if it's only $5, or making a good faith payment so you can get the debt collector to stop harassing you, making a settlement without having protections in front of it. Here's something that a lot of people make the mistake of, and why it's some people say, well, Steve, you always try to tell people to come to you for settlement. And it's not because of we want you as a customer. That's very important to us. But it's because when you're answering questions, you can answer them the wrong way, and you can get your legal protections withdrawn. You can get your legal protections withdrawn. Every debt that we take in as a settlement client, any settlement clients that we take, we always run it through the statute of limitations to make sure that the statute of limitations hasn't ran out and that they're not trying to restart the clock. Another thing, admitting that the debt is yours. It is not a mistake to talk to them on the phone. All phone calls are recorded, but you don't want to say that the debt is yours. You want them to send stuff to you in writing. Even if if you're chatting with one of the representatives, you can accidentally reset the clock. So you want to be very careful, and also agreeing to payment plans without knowing all of the information. That's why debt collectors push so hard to try to get you to pay something today. They're not really trying to help you. They're trying to reset the clock. So now, here's the dirty secret. Debt collectors can still file a lawsuit on time-barred debt if you allow the clock to get reset. One of the things that we've seen them do on filing lawsuits that are time-barred is that people don't respond. And if they don't respond, a judge doesn't know that the debt is time-barred or past the statute of limitations. So people can actually lose the case. Now, we've actually helped people get their cases reopened when they had a default judgment, but this is one of the strategies that they use, and they're not supposed to take people to court if the debt is past the time-barred or the statute of limitations, but they do it a lot. Now, here are the action steps. Don't make payments until you verify the dates. You could do that by getting your credit reports. If you don't have copies of your credit reports, you're not going to get this information with those free reports. You need to know when the last payment dates were made, and you need to verify that up against your particular debt and your state statute of limitations for debt. Don't admit to owing a debt if you talk to them on the phone. Always respond to lawsuits. Raise statute of limitations arguments properly, and get help if you need help responding to your case. And I'll go over that in a minute. The wrong move can cost you years of protection. So if you're being sued or being contacted about a debt, what I want you to do is I want you to go to the creditrepairshop.com, or you can go to summonsmaster.com to get help. You do not want to leave this open. You do not want to hope that they just forget about it because you're not talking to them. You do not want to have that happen. So you can go to thecreditrepairshop.com, or you can go to summonsmaster.com. Both of those companies are equipped to be able to help you. If you need help with your credit, go to thecreditrepairshop.com, watch video What Makes Us Different, so you can see my 8-point validation process, my two-phase settlement process. We help people repair their credit, increase their scores. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports and all 3 scores. That's where all of the information is, and you're going to need that to be able to move forward. Thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel, post your questions and comments. There's other resources and links below this video.